Yeah, okay. Recording. This is day 4 of week 4, 4-4. And we're going to do a little bit of review. I know some of you have got started on this Fantasy Forge, and we're learning about classes. Um, OOP, object-oriented program. It's kind of a big deal. And you get your start with this thing called classes. What are the 4 words that I told you to pay attention to? The magnificent 4 words. While I get started here. Where are 4 words? Yes, there they are. Thank you, Ty. If you don't have these in your notebook, put them in your notebook. Class, constructor, this and new. Like, say these in your sleep. They will serve you well. Big concepts. There's really big concepts in this syntax here. And if you ever learn a language like Java or C#, they kind of start from those. Now, where am I gonna go? Oh, I suppose project level 4, and maybe make a directory. Fantasy Forge demo 25. CD Fantasy Forge demo 25. And let's make our we're gonna make our directories. I can remember. Oh, it's gonna be source. It's gonna be source, and I call it src source, and models. And models are the classes. It's often in a folder called models. And I think there's one called games. Hopefully I remember that correctly. And I'm going to touch, is that right? Models. And I think the first one we make is adventure. Adventure. Right? And touch main game.js. There is a lot of practice with importing, isn't there? Game one dot. Yes. Okay. What do you think? Are we set here? Do I have this installed? Yeah. Isn't that cool? If you install tree, you'll be able to see this on your command line. I can show you how to install tree at some point. So, okay, so give me a thumbs up if you have that already, if you have that structure already built out. Awesome. And give me a thumbs down if you don't. So it's a lot of setup. It's a lot of setup. So why don't we do this? Console.log load, uh, let's, oh, okay. Yeah. Repos do get messed up. Um, learning about your tools is kind of as important at some point as learning new material. So like, okay, if your repo gets messed up, yeah. Or if your computer's messed up, that's like your tool. It's like it's a pain, it's a chore, but it's part of it. Let's get ready to battle. And yeah, and Alfonso, if you want to let me know how you're doing as well, just chat in the chat. Um, So what we're doing is we're going to do node main game, right? Thumbs up if you have this sort of thing going. And it's really cool, I think, that we can just take it down to the vanilla JavaScript level. There's no Vite doing all kinds of crazy stuff that we can't understand. We're getting all the way down, not to the bare metal, but down to the actually down to just pure JavaScript. You can't get much more low level than just a console.log. So that's how we're going to do it. That's how I'm going to do it here. And I'm going to have to, every time, I'm going to do this a lot. And maybe this. Okay. And so for games, console.log, game one, begin. It's something like this, right? So correct me if this is different from how it does it on the professor thing. But here's a pop quiz. How do I get this to say, how do I get this one to run? How am I going to get that one to run? It's a simple way to do it. It's similar to, pay attention to similarities. It's similar to how we get the .env to run. How am I going to get this to say, how am I going to get, how am I going to get game1.js to run? Any ideas? I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but this is review. Or thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't know. Give me a thumbs down if you don't know. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I could just do node game. Oh, sorry. Node that it's in source. Oh, am I supposed to put game node? Am I supposed to put this in SRC? I think I am. Let me put it over there. So SRC slash game slash there, right? Thumbs up for that, Ty? That works. And then I can do a game 2.js. And I'm gonna just be really lazy and just copy and paste. I don't know. And now how do I run game 2? Game 1 start. You could set it up that way. But remember, be sure to understand what's going on. So if you do game 1 start, the way can you see this? Yeah, thanks, Ty. You kind of get what I'm saying. I think Ty is seeing what I'm trying to point at here. The way Bash works, the way the terminal works, you have to have a executable. You have to have something like this is the command. Yeah, I can't just say like game one, like because there's no command called game one. Game one is just a file. Game one can't do anything by itself. It's just like a file on my file system. Does that make sense? Like I can do a lot of things to that file. I can RM the file, right? And well, let me go into it. CD src games. And this gets back to the tools idea. Yeah. So just like maybe like you're thinking from first principles, I have to have something. It's like this is the verb, and then game1.js is the noun. So I can delete it. I can do something called cat. If you remember cat, it's like called concatenate. It'll just print it out. Um, I can do move MV if you remember those, and I can do nod, and nod runs JavaScript. The JavaScript we call the JavaScript interpreter. Yeah. So what do I do with the file? So this is the verb. This is the what. Or so this is the, what is a verb? A verb is not a what. A noun is a what. So what is a verb? A verb is also a what. Anyway, this is what they're doing, and this is what they're doing it to. This is the action. Thank you. This is the action, and this is the thing the action is being done on. So the node says run. This is JavaScript, run it. RM says this is just a file, delete it. Right? So this is what the command line does. Yeah, hopefully that's kind of demystifying. Once you get the practice doing things, then you go back and you kind of just figure out what are you actually doing when you type these commands. And this is kind of turning into a tool lesson. We're talking about our tools. Um, we're all having issues with tools, aren't we? I think everybody who has given me a blocker so far, the blocker has been about tools rather than uh, the code itself. So like the terminal is giving you trouble. How do you run it? Or you know, VS Code maybe is giving you trouble, or something else. So the tools, like I said, the tools, it's a chore, but you have to be sure to set aside time for those tools. Okay, let's move on. So back to my original question. How do I run? Maybe I want to run both of them. How do I run both of them? But I'm going to use a term. How do I import those into main game so that when I type node.src main game, how do I make it so the main game runs all the games? And thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't know, if you know or don't know. And I gave you a little hint. How do I import them so that they're in here? You can give me a thumbs down if you don't know. And I'll just show you right away. But think about it. Yeah, import. So let's do that. Import. Yeah, import. And it's going to be, you have to use the the relative URL. So that's the dot. If you don't have a dot, it's going to be looking in our non-existent nodes module. We don't have that. What it'll do is it'll keep looking. If you accidentally typed npm init at some point at a higher hierarchical level, it'll think it's part of that. So it's kind of dangerous not to have a package.json. Okay, come on. I want my IntelliSense to init. Sometimes you have to type it again to get the IntelliSense. There we go. Let's see if this works. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So, oops, why not? Oh, yeah. I'm not using Vite. Okay, I'm not using Vite. Okay, there we go. That's why I said I'm pretty sure it's going to work. There we go, look. Game one begin. Okay, and maybe I don't need that because that goes ahead of that, you see. Okay, how do I get game two? You see that? hmm So this will just run the code. And I mentioned this earlier. See if you can remember. What import did we have? Maybe one or two imports. But what import were we using in our um I guess it was our Supabase apps that was we're not importing anything, we're just making it run. Anybody remember what does this remind you of? One of the other imports starts with a D. Remember .env? Remember that? Thumbs up if you remember that. So what it's doing is it's running some setup, and then that sets the global it's like process dot, oh gosh, it's not here now. Process dot env or something. I don't remember exactly. I have to always look it up, but or is it like this process dot env or something? No, I forget. Anyway, it sets all that stuff up. So you're not importing it, it's just setting something up in the background. So anyway, we don't have one of those. And it's all backwards now. I guess you could do that. Let me see. Oh, interesting. Yeah. It doesn't even let you do that. So the imports have to be first. So it's not going to actually work the way I thought it would. So I would have to say this concludes the days battles or something. There we go. Does that make sense? Oh, these imports have to be, they're supposed to be first. And it's funny, even if I put that second, it still goes, it's, even though I put the imports later, JavaScript still hoists these up somehow. I'm not exactly sure about the rules, but little things like that are nice to experiment with. Little rules. Um, okay. So I think we're kind of set up here. Um, I just want to point out the kind of a tricky thing here where we're asking you to do a lot of imports. So I'm hoping you're getting more comfortable with imports and what does that actually mean when you're importing stuff? And I hope you don't feel it's a waste of time to talk about, these imports and what are they doing. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about importing relative files? Great. Okay, so let's make our adventure. And let's just do like export default adventure, like that. And just make a class adventurer. And I kept making this mistake. Give me a thumbs up if you've made this mistake. I was playing around with this with a graphical um, tool the other day in the breakout room, and I kept writing that. Yeah. So the class, remember, the class is just a class, but the constructor is where the parentheses go. That's the thing. But it's totally, this is like an empty blank class. And I just want to show you so I can import it. So let's import it. Import adventure. Oh, it did it. Thank you. Oh, all right. And let's just do console. We're going to do a pop quiz here. What is this going to print out? Console.log right now. What is this? Oh, no, I have to do it new. So let's do this. Const Hagar. I don't know. Hagar equals. Oh, this should be lowercase, by the way. The instances are always lowercase just by convention. New adventure and Hagar dot name. Now this is going to run. My name is. What is this going to print? And I'm sort of doing a kata here. I'm just like adding a little bit more. I might be doing it something in a little bit different order than the way you did. But let's go through it. And you tell me what this is going to print out. Let me clear this. Yeah, thank you. This is the word, this is the what I'm looking for. So when I run this, there's nothing in here. Hagar doesn't have a name. This has nothing. It's just a blank class. It's like, yeah, it wouldn't, well, it would work. It would work. So try to be really specific, like what Ty said in there. Undefined, yes. So that tells us a lot more. It's undefined. Oh, you're right. It doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Uh, oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's the syntax there. There we go. All right. You're right. You're right. Okay. So you're actually right. It doesn't work. But how it doesn't work is important. So wasn't expecting it to not work that way. What do I have to change now that I put these here? Because I think this is how I did it on Boris, the professor. So this is going to be like that. So what do I have to change here? Now it's a named. Now it's a name. It's not the default anymore. Did I get that? Did I spell this right? Yes, thank you. So you're getting to be a real expert on these imports. I'm glad it's still not found. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's why I noticed that this is why I keep making that mistake. I'll show you why I keep making this mistake. Do you see the mistake, the .js? My IntelliSense, I'll show you my IntelliSense. Adventure. My IntelliSense is not giving me that. So I need some kind of build process. It's expecting to have a build process, but I don't have a build process. So a regular node requires the full name. It doesn't find it by itself without any configs. So let's do that again. There we go. And in a way, this is like success. So if we say it doesn't work, it's not quite right. This is actually success for us. And a lot of your trouble is going to probably be just forgetting, the setup, especially on a fresh new project. Like, what's the convention? Do we use .js or not .js, right? And just getting your first imports working is a cause for kind of celebration sometimes. Okay, just hoping all of you have those imports going. Okay, so once you do that, you can probably go pretty fast. All right, so let's do. All right, so thumbs up if you're ready to move on from here. And what, remember those 4 words? What is the next word we're gonna use? Am I spelling it wrong? No, okay. What are the 4 words we're gonna use? Adventure, adventurer, adventurer. Yes, constructor, right? Constructor, right? And I'll just say console log. Again, hello from adventurer, constructor, adventure, constructor. All right. And what's that going to print? It says hello, right? So I know it's working. Even though I didn't call it, it's implicitly called. That constructor is implicitly called right in here. Thumbs up if you understand what I'm meaning by that. I never say like dot constructor. You can't do that or whatever. You didn't spell it right. It's implicitly called. When I do new, it calls the constructor. So thumbs up or thumbs down for that kind of insight. if you understand that when the constructor is called. That's like a key. Call this the life cycle of an object. Creation, deletion, and just, I guess it's being alive or just running. All right, so adventure is going to have a name and like a HP. I won't do it exactly how you're supposed to do it, so you can't exactly copy it. Got to change it a little bit. Yeah, you get it, Isaac? Okay. Yeah. And so I can say, hello from adventure corporate constructor, and I'm going to use the backticks. Ready? Start, starting life. How do I do? I want, oh, okay. Starting life with HP help and name. There we go. Okay, so Isaac, do you get what's going to happen here? See if you can get that. Yeah, let me put this on multiple lines so you can see it. That'll be fine. If you use a backtick, you're allowed to have multiple lines. Let's see what it does. Hello from adventure constructor, undefined starting life with undefined health. So so even though it's undefined, I think we're having some success here, right? Because we know where to look. So thumbs up if you're understanding how you see how this gets called. Let's go back over to where it gets called. Yeah, it's not defined. Let's see why it's not defined. You see, it's getting called right in here. Do you see why it's not defined? So give me, like, rewrite this part for me, and I will make your hero. So choose a hero and rewrite it in the correct syntax with new to make a hero with however much HP you want. Then we'll do a battle, I guess, because they're all here. So choose a good HP. I'll give you a minute because you have to type it out. And if you don't know, just you can give me a thumbs down. It's okay. But what are we gonna do here? And if anyone wants to, you're not sure? Let me do the name. Okay, so here's the name. This is gonna be, this is gonna be Hagar. This and this could be, I could change this to banana. It won't matter, right? So we're gonna have Hagar started life with undefined health. Are you getting it? I'll change this back to, I'll change this back to hero one. And 80. You want an 80? So yeah, type out the whole thing. I'll give everybody a chance to type out the whole thing. This is gonna be hero one. And I think this is actually what you're supposed to type. I think this is word for word what you're supposed to be writing. I had meant to change it up just slightly. So type out, try it again. Type out new adventure, or you could do like, you could even put the const if you want to. There we go, thanks. So I'm gonna just wait a second for anyone else to, if you want to type in, I'll wait about 20 seconds here. Yeah. So something like that. So go ahead, give me your own hero now. Let me clear this and run it. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Hello from Adventure Constructor, Hagar, starting life with 80 health. And my name is undefined. Why? Oh, yes. Yeah. My name is still undefined here. So we still have a little bit to go. Glacier. Glacier must be a very large ice monster. Powers of ice. Ah, Glacier Star. And Star, Glacier Star, starting life. Glacier starting life with 100 health. I think you're going to beat Hagar. Unless we give it a lot of random number. You're going to have to rely on the random number generator here. All right. And then my name is Star, not Star. Okay. Bella 2, Mr. Frank. I guess Frank is at level 1 here. Or Mr. Frank. All right. So why are we not why are we not great down here? Why are we not great down here? Drakkar. That's a nice one. Oh, darn it. Zoom. Zoom gave you smart quotes, the bane of our existence. All right. And it also. So let's put that one in. And what is wrong here? We still have something to do. Hmm. Good debugging, right? So we got this part right. This is in the constructor, right? So you see the name and the health, the HP, are only available in our constructor, but they're not available as a as a property here. You see? Let me show you kind of what I mean. This may kind of blow your mind here. Remember the Pojo? Remember Pojo? Okay. So what we want to have, whoops, okay. Let me see if I can. What we want to have is we want this new adventure to be just kind of another, just kind of like a Pojo, but just like more convenient and better than a Pojo. But we still want it to be able to have a dot name. So we still want it to be an object, just like we're familiar with. So check this out. Hero 1 is going to have Hagar. So Hagar is going to be in here. Watch this. Okay. Look, Hagar is defined because that's just a Pojo. So thumbs up for this line 14 and line 6 here. You all see that, right? All right, so I don't want to do that because I want to have all this cool stuff with constructor and all that stuff. How do I get all this Pojo magic and Pojo goodness? Let's go back. How do I get this dot notation to work? Again, I'm gonna show you this is not they're all undefined, right? My name is undefined. My name is undefined. My name is undefined. How do I attach those to the object? And now what is the keyword? What's what? There I had to give you 4 words, right? Not return. It's not return. What keyword? We use 2 of them. There we go. Give me a thumbs up for this. The notoriously difficult to understand this. And I think part of the reason why this keyword is so hard to understand is because how do you use that word even? It's like this dot that it's it's just the word itself. In Python they usually use self. But in JavaScript you can use this. So we're stuck with the word this. So this means the object itself. So I set this dot name to equal name. Yeah. And this dot HP to equal HP. Oh, wow. That wasn't what I wanted. Hmm. So it's easy to forget about this because this is called boilerplate. This is just all the junk you have to do every single time, and it's just like painting a fence. You got to just keep going. Um, your wrist will get tired. All these this. You wish there was another way, but there isn't. You got to transform these to these. There may be another way, some automatic way, but the syntax just isn't worth it. All right. So think of the this keyword as the POJO that exists on the instance of your class. I'm going to say that again, and you could write it down if you want to, because this is like the terms. Think of the this as the POJO that exists on the instance of your class. So the class creates an object. That object is sort of like a Frankenstein monster of a POJO and a bunch of methods. Okay? So now, okay, let's go back to game one. And so if I have hero one, if I go back to this idea, like if I do hero one, I can do hero one dot name equals Joey, right? This all makes sense, right? This should be familiar. So thumbs up for this real quick. What we're doing differently is we're putting the this here. So it's this dot name equals Joey. But whose this are we talking about? We can't put this in here because whenever you use the term this, it has to be in the context. So it has to be in the constructor or something or the method. So that's the idea. All right. So that's why we need this. That's why we need this. See how confusing it is? Like I said, like I think a big part of why it's confusing is just the name of this. The name of this. You can't even talk about it without using the wrong word. Right. So this is the internal POJO. This is sometimes we call it the state, right? Like use state. This is the variable. This is the object that holds all our variables or our not the name the instance properties, I think it's called. Instance variables. Sometimes I think it's called instance variables. Okay. But every object that you create with Adventure is going to have its own this. Okay, it's this one, not that one. It's this one. So hero one has a this. Hero two has a this. Star has a this. Fella two has a this. They all have their own this. It's like this one is named Hagar. This one is named Drakkar. This one is named Glacier. This one is named Frank. So when you refer to it outside of the class, you're going to call it by its variable name. Hero1.name, hero2.name, star.name, fella.name. So let's see if this works. So we're gonna have some satisfaction. This is gonna work. Yay, it works. It works just like the Pojo, right? So emoji for that. Okay. You see those? That thing there is working, all right? But over here, all that's encapsulated. I don't say like star here. I don't say like hero one here because the adventurer class doesn't know about what you're going to name it. So it just says that it's a generic term. It's just whatever I am, that's what I'm going to like inside the class, it refers to itself as this. So, like I said, in Python, they usually use the word self. So you can sort of think of it as like self. This is kind of like self. This won't work, but if you're learning Python, that's what you usually do. Um, it's a, it's a, I think it's a better term because you don't have to use the word this so many times. But we're stuck with this. So this is the self. All right. So that is a long explanation of our constructor, but I think it's worth it because it's not, again, it's not a lot of code, but it's doing a whole lot of heavy lifting here. So let's take our break and let me give you an hour to continue to work on your adventure game. And we'll see if we get to TypeScript. Um, I'm gonna pause the recording, but before I do, any questions or any comments or anybody stuck and you want to screen share real quick?
Yeah, can I share? I don't know why my file is saying that it's out of my folder, but I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, let's try that. Up anybody. If you want to take a break or you want to stick around and have another question, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah,
Mm,
so let's look at it's probably just like the folders or you're missing a dot or a dot dot or just like look at I can draw on your screen. This is great. Um I just love drawing on the screen here. All right. So let's see. You have your main root here. That's your main root. Super. And then on your main root, okay, then you have I can't tell. Is main game inside SRC, is inside the source folder, or is it outside? Why don't you close the SRC folder and see, is it in or out? Okay, it's inside. Good. So that means
it's
let's
saying
go to
that.
main game. That's good. That's correct. So that means this guy is a sibling. Oh, we moved.
Oh,
This guy, we moved again.
oh,
All right. Main game, I'll just say it. Main game is a sister of games. So you have that correct here. So that means dot. It's like my sibling and then games and then game1.js. That's right. So what is it saying? What is it looking for?
it's saying that it can't find it, saying that it's in the source file.
But careful, it can't find it. What is it?
Well, I tried to run the main game.js,
Yeah, so it can't find main game.js.
but it looked like
That's interesting. Oh
but
yeah, I think I may actually see. Oh, you know what you should do? You should install a better terminal theme because I'm looking at this and I my eyes are more used to this because but you see that's your folder. Type of PWD. PWD. or print
Oh,
working directory.
oh, okay. I see now.
Yeah, so yeah, you so we can figure it out. It's just
Okay.
one of those things. And so you go up, oh, double dot. Yeah, going up one, and I think we'll up another one. Or well, we could do it here. Yeah, so this is where you're going to run it, and knowing where you are. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's finding it now. And you can always now VS Code has all this AI junk going up here. I think that is actually AI. They're putting it in there. So yay! All right. So you actually had it all set up.
Thank you.
There's a no problem, but there is a theme that you can have. Did
Mhm.
you ever install a Homebrew? Like you could type BREW and BREW space dash dash. Okay, it's not fun. Yeah, I'd recommend going online and installing Homebrew, and then you can install this thing called Oh My ZHS, and it will make. I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
If you can. Um, no, everybody else is on. Had to install Git Bash, and they come with a nice theme. But you see my theme. Am
Mm.
I sharing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see, it makes it like bright blue, so I know exactly where I am. It's like, hey, you're over here. Over here, this tells me which version of Python I'm using. If I have a Git init, it tells
Oh,
me like the branch that I'm on. If I do Git um add, oh, it has a little X, right? It tells
mhm.
me so Git commit. It tells me that I have extra commits that I haven't. So initial commit. And then that now the X is gone. It says I'm not, I don't have anything. I'm on a clean branch. I'm on a clean branch here, but then I can do git. Um, I'm just going to do switch. I'm gonna so switch create, and then um, I could be like monster. I want to make my monster over here, and now I'm on my. It tells me which branch I'm on. All that cool stuff. So git branch. So
Yeah.
if you just an advertisement for anyone who ever uses a Mac, one of the first things you need to do is go to YouTube and go to how to install Homebrew and oh my zish Z shell. And there's a bunch of them. Like the first thing they tell you to do is that. So a there's a little tricky thing to it because it depends if you're on an M1 or if you're on a pre-M1. They're a little different. If you're on the Intel one. But anyway, yeah. Uh, yeah, I've been meaning to mention that. Um,
Okay, dokie. Thank
good
you.
stuff. All right. Okay. More questions or take a break. Where are my chats? Oh, I guess no questions. Okay. If you haven't asked. So I'll set my timer. And I will start the breakout rooms so you can get into that and we'll go for like an hour and we'll see how far we can get with this Fantasy Forge and just get more familiar with these classes. Pause. Okay, so we just have 15 minutes left of this. Oh, yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, you want to show your thing. I didn't realize you were sharing. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Sorry for recording right in here. What's happening here? Invalid module specifier. Oh, this is what we're talking about, like the tools and stuff, right? And this is what I really like about this particular lesson is you have to really practice with the imports. And it is just a little silly thing, I think. It should tell you the number. It doesn't have anything to do with the lesson. Whoops. Funny. Okay. You can head over to the error. Oh, oh, you stopped sharing. Okay, I thought
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
My
wondering.
head, I couldn't tell. I didn't know if you heard me or not. I had to take my headphones out. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, did you want to try and fix it or you want to fix it
Yeah.
later time? It's
I
okay. Either one is fine.
think we have time.
I think if we have a bunch of eyes on this, like how about Sally and Isaac? Check this out. Look at the error. Look carefully at the error. It helps if you read the error carefully. You see that? I'm going to read it out loud. Type error, error, invalid module specifier. Invalid module, quote, dot, games
Oh,
slash game 2 dot js. Yeah, you see? Like I'm saying, leverage the tools. So the tools are going to help you. We can't survive without the tools. And the tool number one is just like the error messages. Is it still doing it? There might be
uh,
a second error. Sometimes there's a second error, but it may be something different, right? And so we'll see. And there may be another one. Okay, now this is a different error. So we have to be happy that we got that one error so we can actually I can actually do that. And Clay, I think, had something similar to this, the take damage thing. Hero one dot take damage is not a function. And look at the line number on that one.
mm,
So the first thing we do is go to line number 9, and it's the take damage parentheses 20. And where would we go next? If we're going to look at the next thing. Anybody tell me which file we're going to go to next? If we want to look at that, take damage is not a function error. Anybody have any idea? Which file are we going to go to next? Adventure, Isaac, yes. So let's go to the adventure.
oh, receiving. Oh.
There we go, right. So you see, it kind of helps you out a little bit. It tells you like it's not take damage, it's just, and once we get to TypeScript, it's actually going to have a little squiggly under that. So Clay is going to be, it'll yell at you even faster. And then, okay, and then more little errors, but we're going in, we're moving forward, right? And this is what I actually wanted to kind of talk about. Heal dot target health, so undefined, reading health. Yeah. Here's a little here's a little quiz because Isaac and Sally, we just got that error. We just got that one error. The error was cannot read properties of undefined reading health. I'm gonna say it again. Type error. Cannot read properties of undefined reading health.
Mm.
What is the thing that is undefined? If I say again, cannot read properties of undefined reading health. What is
Hell,
the thing that's undefined?
this right
It's
here.
so it's not health. If health were undefined, it would just be undefined.
Oh,
It's something else. The thing before that
hold
is
on. Try.
undefined. So it's always the thing before. That's what's tricky about that error. So try to, if you want to write down that error, like, yes, Sally, exactly. Target is the thing. So that error is a really common error. Sometimes it's cannot read properties of null. Sometimes it's cannot read properties of undefined. So if it's something dot health, that means the something is undefined. Change
Target.
to this. Let me see. It's actually not changed to this. What's happening is you're healing somebody else. So the
Mm-hmm.
heal potion is not healing itself. It's healing the target.
Mm-hmm.
So when it goes use target, yeah, you get it. So this is kind of a more advanced tricky thing, which is what I was gonna discuss. But go back to game 2 and what is it? Yeah, there we go. So it goes potion 1 dot use. What should it be? Potion 1 dot use. It's being used
Oh,
on nobody.
oh, I need to put the person's name.
Yeah.
So,
And what do we put? How do we access the adventurer? Yeah. We're calling it Hero 1. Hello, Hero 1. Oh, oh, this is the thing that Isaac was talking, or not, this is the thing that Clay was mentioning too. Yeah, go ahead, put hero name. Is that what we want? Go ahead and try it.
oh, that might.
And Clay was mentioning the same. Clay, you were doing this too, weren't you? Cannot create property health on string Braden. Let's think about this just for a second. Potion.use accepts hero.name here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go over to the other file, heal potion, and then it's target.health. What is target exactly? Anybody have an idea? What is target? What is the type of target, or what is the value of target?
Oh, hero one.
But it's not hero one, it's heroes one's name.
Oh, so
Like, does your, yeah, yeah, right, Isaac. So yeah, you so go back to the game two. Like you don't give your name health, right?
oh, okay.
So the hero is going to have dot health dot name. So just hero is enough.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny. I think Clay, did you have the same kind of issue at one point? Did you heal him?
I'm saying object healed by 20.
Yeah, you could fix that one later. But do you see Broden's health is now
Yeah.
80. Oh, he took damage and it was 60, and then went to 80. See a heal potion. See it worked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it started off at 60. So yeah. Wait, hold on. That ain't right. Oh, yes, it is. It healed by 20. Okay.
Yeah, it was 80. It healed. I'm not actually sure. Anyway, you could double. Oh, it was 80. Yeah, the other one. What? Okay, yeah, it was 80, and he took damage 20, and then it healed him
Healed
back
by
20. Yeah. Yeah, great. So that's sort of how it's going. And since we have like 8 minutes left, maybe I could demo that real quick
okay.
and just kind of go over exactly what we were talking about. It's funny. That's exactly what I kind of wanted to talk about. So let me share my screen. And if you have questions that you want to bring up, go ahead and do so in the chat here. And so this is the 11 here, right? So the heal potion. So the heal potion is funny. It has a target. So like Isaiah and Sally, you were saying, well, it's got to be this dot something, this dot something. But sometimes it takes in somebody else, and if it says this, it's yourself, not the other. So interacting between two things. It should be more clear once we do something like this. So export the adventurer, and let's just leave it that way, and kind of a boring adventurer. I might make maybe it can be like um let me do make take a rest, right? Take a rest. You take oh maybe sleep. Okay. And every time you sleep, this dot HP, what should happen, do you think? Any idea? I'm gonna go quick because we only have 5 minutes, but this dot HP plus 10 counter pattern, right? The good old counter pattern. Yeah. So let's go to our game one, and do let's do fella, Mr. Fella 2. And then we're gonna do HP, and we're gonna do, you know what? Let's make a status. You ready for a status? This is a kind of cool one. Um, console log. How about this? Do you like this? Thumbs up if you like this. This dot name has this dot HP health. Kind of cool, huh? This is object-oriented programming. Like, don't repeat yourself. Just keep it simple. So, fella2 status. Isn't this just really clean? Fella2 sleep and fella2 status again. Do you see what I'm here? You see where going with this? All right. Thumbs up if you see where I'm going with this. And I'm going to clear, and I'm going to get, not get, node, that's src slash game main game. Go, 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 go. Oh, there's my issue. I did it wrong. Okay, src slash main game. Okay, thank you, VS Code. Oh, okay. Fella 2 is named frac. You see that? In fact, I should like console.log. This dot name goes to sleep. Okay. How's that? Thumbs up for that? Do you see how it's working here? Okay. So you see how sleep is working? It's updating itself. It's that this again? That this, gosh. JavaScript makes you talk like that. Okay. It's that this. It's the this again. Okay. This is this to the rescue. So it's operating on itself. This just means yourself. Okay, but a heal potion is a little different. Come on. Heal potion. Potion dot JS. And just make a class. Class heal potion and constructor. And I'm just going to have a default thing, and every heal potion is going to be the same. So I'm just going to go this dot power or something is going to be 25. And then this dot charges. Does that make sense what a charge is? It's going to have free charges. Okay, and it's going to use, but it has to be used on somebody. So I'm going to set it instead of target, I'm going to say somebody. Okay. Somebody. Remember, this was target in Ty's code. Somebody.hp. Are you guys okay with the plus equals? Oh, I think that's it. Plus equals. Plus equals this dot power. Okay? How's that? So I'm taking this as power. Well, actually, let me just do it this way so it's simpler. 25. It's the same as what's up here, but it's just a little bit simpler. Counter pattern. This is the counter pattern. If that's a little tough, I'm gonna do like just a regular counter pattern. Somebody.hp plus. That regular counter pattern is gonna be here, and this is the console log it. Console.log heal potion used on who? What do I type here before name? This is the key. If you understand this, you got it. Somebody, awesome. Somebody. Not this, right? It's on somebody because somebody is being passed in as an argument. And then somebody has a name and somebody has an HP. I don't think somebody is better than this. It's all right. Oh, come on. Give me some space here. Run that. Oh, I need to use it. So let's go back to the game. And now uh fella2 dot, I have my status. So, oh no, I have to make a new. So I'll do new. Okay, good. Const heal potion 1. And you see I'm using camel case? New heal potion. And I will do that. In my case, I had a simple constructor, if you remember that. And I need to do my import. Oh, I didn't export it. Shoot. Export. And I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to remember, because last time I messed this up, import heal potion. Uh, are you going to make me type this out? It is. Uh, no. Why did you make me type that out? Sometimes. So let's see if that works. I know we're going over by 1 minute here, but let's just follow this through. Heal potion 1 dot use on fella. So who is somebody? Somebody is fella. And then I'm going to do fella status again. I just love how we choose names here. Okay, run it again. Let's see. Why does Freck, oh, 45 health. Yeah, there we go. So 45 plus 20, 45 plus 25 is 70, right? You see that part? That's this part. Fella, fella, fella is now, fella is now somebody, and somebody has a name, and that's over here, and somebody has an HP, and that's over here. And if I want to use a this, I can do the power, right? And then just to complete it, I do like a this dot charge. The charge, everybody understand the power of what charges are? Minus equals 1. So that would take, it would be the counter pattern reverse. And I'd probably also have to do an if statement. Like if you have 0 charges, it can't be used. It's like no more. But let me simplify it because let's just say the whole point of this is the somebody, right? Okay, so that is how that works. I hope that is a little bit more clear now. So this is the power of object-oriented programming. Good night, everybody. Good night, Clay. Yeah, all these thises and stuff. Good night, Isaac and Sally. Yeah, go through it and get practice with it. And take it slow. Up, share, and
When
we'll see
is
it.
it due?
Oh,
When is it
that,
due?
this one is Sunday. These 2 assignments are due Sunday. The screenshot for the sequel
Mm-hmm.
and the class for this one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye
Gotcha.
bye.
All right.